In the following of our blog tutorials in Django, we did all of the codings related to our add-comment.html in the last part, and so we finished the template for our post section and also the comment section. And so our site is nearly completed except the part for deleting each one of the posts. So now we're ready to run our server and test the page related to our post and see if we can see the comments, and also we are able to add the comments too. But before I do that, I want to activate my project. So I switch to bin folder and write source. If you're on Linux, you will run source activate, source space dot slash activate. And so we'll cd to my site folder and run the server. So python manage.py run server. Here we are. So the server is up and running. Now what we're gonna do is to follow the link over here, and here we are in the main page. So we've created some posts. Let's read more about the post. And as you can see, we've got the post and 3 comments are created, and these comments are related to the time I added them to the main panel. Also for test, I added these 2 comments today, and so I'm gonna leave another comment, right? So I'm gonna write good job. So I'm gonna submit this, and now let's get back to our main page, to our blog post, and let's read more. As you can see, 4 comments are now created, and the last one is good job. That's awesome, that's awesome, that's great post. So our comment form also worked very well, and we're ready to finish our last part for deleting each one of the posts, right? So let me get back to the main page, and let's switch to my blog page. You can also get to your blog page by just clicking on the navbar link. So we've got this delete post, but if you click on this, nothing happens. And so first of all, we're going to ask the user whether he or she wants to delete the post, and then go after deleting the post, right? So if you just delete the post immediately, the person might not want to delete the post. So you've got to add an alert or a kind of form for asking the person whether he or she wants to remove the post or not. So now let's continue with our code, and so now let's stop the server by pressing Ctrl+C, and you can clear the entire terminal by pressing clear, by entering clear. So the next thing I'm gonna do here is to complete my views.py and add a delete post function, right? So I'm gonna do that instead of my views.py right over here, and so we're gonna put this method too instead of our views.py def delete post. And so here I'm gonna use the request, also the slug, because we're gonna do this, apply this to every post that we have. And then I'm gonna add the post equals to post, so that we're gonna use the class post.object objects.get. So here we use slug equals to slug, and so in the next line we're gonna check if the method is post. So request.method equals to post, and then what we're going to do is to delete the post. Post dot delete, and then return redirect to the home page. And so we're also going to return, if that doesn't happen, return render request deletes.html. So actually we're going to enter the template by using this code. So it's going to render the deletes.html, and so here we've got the post, which is equals to post. Okay, so there we go. Our views.py is now completed, and now let's add a URL for deleting the files. Now I'm gonna add that inside of my urls.py right over here. So I'm gonna add a new path, and don't forget the comma for this one. So a new path, and so just the same as the last one, we're going to use the slug, which is slug, and I'm gonna use the views.delete post, and the name that we're gonna use is delete post, right? Just the same as that. Delete post. So that's it. Now we're ready to write our template. So the template that we defined here inside of our views.py was delete.html. So we're going to add this to our templates folder, new file, and we're going to call this delete.html. And in this page, what we're going to do is to ask the user whether he or she wants to delete the post or not. So this is just a confirmation page, or a kind of an alert. So we're going to continue with this part in the next video, and so with that completed, our entire project will be completed, and so we will test it and see if it works, and then we can say that we have a complete blog. So we'll complete that in the next part, and so that's it for this part of the tutorial and this video.